You don't get countdown intro. I do the countdown intro, Danny.
Oh my god, I don't know what's happening. I'm so scared. Anyways, hey everybody, it's live on the fives. This is episode 135 of Third Shift. It is a big day. The big drop has come. PAX East Gearbox software panel has come and gone. Everything they're working on is out in the wild. Everyone's freaking out, going nuts. Before that, we had a cool teaser the day before, which we're going to kick off and talk about after we do the usual rigmarole, because y'all know what we got to do, because Matt is always chomping at the bit to talk about something he's doing. Danny's here with the rare five on the lives on the fives on the fives on the fives on the fives appearances. And of course, it's me, Eric, flubbing it up.
I knew I should have done the
anyway.
intro. I should have done the intro.
Don't even worry about it.
You know what?
That's right.
Let's go on Wizard Hat. Let's go on Wizard Hat.
Don't be a big baby and speak up next time. Now, Matt, how was your day and week? Start off.
Today was kind of good, but kind of crappy. But my week was awesome because I do the things during the week. You know me. I'm the cinema king. I went and saw 2 movies this week. I went and saw Us, which is pretty good. Although I saw the twist coming. Although saying this twist is a spoiler, whatever. I saw it coming by the end of the very first scene. Anybody with half a brain will see it coming as well. But still a very stylish movie. I wouldn't say it was scary, but it was effectively creepy. And what I liked is there was a lot of humor in it too. A lot of funny situations, funny lines. The dad in that movie is just amazing the whole way through. But just really stylishly felt like I was watching a crafted film when I watched it. So I was like, all right, cool. And then, like I said, it was enjoyable throughout, even though I saw the twist coming. Then, that same day, like an hour later, I went and saw Captive State. Total other end of the spectrum. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It felt like indie level, like rushed, like shaky cam, like, you know, you're in with these, not a whole lot of big stars or anything, nothing flashy looking, but really intense and interesting and cool. The best way I could describe it, imagine if Rogue One was actually good. That was Captive State.
Rogue One was good.
That sucked. No, garbage.
But anyways.
But Captive State was really cool, and I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Like, from that first trailer that showed you nothing, second trailer showed you a little bit more, and that piqued my interest. But then I enjoyed it so much more than I thought I would. I mean, I won't spoil anything, but there were a couple scenes where, and what I really loved that it did was something big and impactful would happen. Like something just bam, this happened. But then after that, there would be no big bombastic score saying, oh no, it's a big thing that happened, or oh no, it's sad music, you have to be sad now. It was just boom, that happened. And as an audience member, I went, holy crap. And then as somebody who watches a lot of movies, when it was just dead silence and it just held on that still shot of this just happened to these people or to this area or whatever, and it was just like, wow, just deal with it. You deal with it and figure it out. And I went, wow, awesome. And there was another really cool shot. I won't spoil it, but it's like a zoom in on somebody, and it's just him looking at the camera, and it's just a slow zoom in as this whole conversation happens across the way, and you see his reaction on his face, and you can see like the tenseness and the anger just kind of building in him, or like simmering and roiling and boiling, and it's just so well done. And he didn't say a word that whole scene. So really good stuff, really awesome stuff I wasn't expecting. You know, I can't just go to the movie theater. I have to go to the theater as well. I went to the Wharton Center, the Passant Theater, and saw a play called I and You. Really cool 2-person play. I won't go into anything about it really, because talking too much about it would spoil it, but really well done. The ending was really cool. And then what else have I been doing? You know what I've been doing? I've been doing the best thing in my whole life, playing Thronebreaker, streaming it on twitch.tv/ThirdShiftMe. The game is the best. It is my favorite game of the past any time. My favorite game of my whole life. That's it. It's the best game ever. Good. Also on the Rise and Shine stream. See, I screwed it up, so you don't have to feel bad. Also on the Rise and Shine stream for this past weekend, I played The Messenger. That's been a ton of fun. Ridiculously fun and crazy, and it's starting to get, well, right before something happens, stuff got really crazy and intense, and I was like, oh man, am I gonna be able to do it? And then I did it, and it was like that fist pump moment just down the stream. Yes, got it. oh yeah. And now something's happened, and it's gonna develop even further from there. Very cool, very fun. Man, just hook it up, put it in my veins. On break, just gotta have it, gotta have more. So,
No.
who's next? I'm gonna say, well,
I just got a quick question, a quick aside. Back from the captive state. Is that by Bad Robot? Is that a continuation of
No.
that whole? No, it's a completely different thing. Okay.
Mm.
I just saw a lot of characters from Bad Robot's little ongoing shenanigans, and this kind of felt like it was there, but I didn't really research look at it. So just
Well, I
saying.
actually got that same question from the dude who comes to clean up the movie theaters, because I always stay through the credits if I'm on my own, just because that's something I like to do. And he asked me that same question. And as far as I know, it's not. Maybe it
Okay.
started off as it, or it's like a side story in the universe or something, but there's no direct ties to anything that I ever saw.
Okay, cool. I'll still see it because it looks awesome, but
Yeah.
I was hoping it was tied to that because I like that universe that they've got going there. So, oh well, no biggie.
I will say there's definitely some aspect of it that I think you will very much enjoy, but I won't spoil anything. I won't say it.
Good.
And then, who's next? It's got to be Danny. Was your week? How have you been since we saw you last 5 episodes ago?
I've been good. Working, whatever. Hi everyone in chat.
Sup, chat? I can't see you yet, but I'm accessing you right now. Look.
Not too much. I moved 2 rooms in my house around. As you can notice, there's different.
Kitchen is in the living room. You're like, hell yeah, I'm cooking up turkey in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I put my kitchen in the bathroom, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Eat the food,
And
get
just
rid of
it
the
right
food.
out.
Eat
Perfect.
the food, get rid of the food. We're not moving. We're not messing around. Handling business.
And you wash your dishes just.
Yeah, right there in the sink. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, so not much over here. I remember I played Kingdom Hearts at some point. I haven't played it in a while. I haven't played anything. I have Division 2 sitting, just waiting for me to open it and play. So hopefully I can get to that. Yeah. Other than that, it's been pretty boring over here. So how about you, Eric? How's life been?
Well, by gods, you know what? This last weekend was another one of those, oh, what the hell am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend. Haw. I should sit around and be lazy. And then, of course, life happens, and the wife wants to go do this. Somebody wants to go do that. And all the little time starts to go, and it slips out of my hands. And I go, oh, I was supposed to sit around and play video games all weekend. That was the goal because I have quarter in this weekend, so I'm not going to play anything. It didn't happen. However, one really fun thing did take place. The daughter had a daddy-daughter dance a couple weeks ago. I'm not about that life. I don't deal with human beings. I don't want to touch people. I don't want to hear people.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to be around them. So I said, hey, come here. How about this? How about me and you go out one of these days? We'll go out in the town. We'll eat some good food. We're going to have some fun, buy some stuff, read some books, whatever. And she goes, okay, sounds great. So I took my daughter out and we did that. We went to my favorite pizza place, to Luca's. We got our own big old pizza, chowed down till we were stuffed to the gills. Then we went to Barnes & Noble, bought hot chocolates and coffee. I had her go pick out a book. I picked out a book. We sat down and we read our books together, and then treated us to some cookies and cakes and all sorts of goodies, and walked around a little bit to walk it off, and then headed on home. So nice little time. Had fun. Daughter enjoyed it. She thought it was great. Wants to do it again, which no skin off my back. I love doing all the things we did. So it's all good for me. And beyond that, I did get in Division. I've been playing the heck out of that, rocking it out. I love that game. It is just phenomenal. Every minute, the story is just fun. It's not. Yeah, shut up, man. You know what? I want to hear it. It ain't wonky. You're just crazy. You don't make no sense. You're crazy. Having a good time with it. Of course, I got left in the dust by all my friends who are playing currently, but they're at my own pace because I won't let them just gang bust me through. So they've just letting me go through the story, do my own thing, and get to the top end here. Finally beat it. World Tier 1, about to start marching through, getting the gear, having a great time. I'll probably talk about more on IG2G And beyond that, I did the impossible. I finally, and if you'd seen my hookup, like, you know, right here where none of you can see anything, there's wires coming everywhere. It looks like something out of like the Aliens Predator movies when they're on the ships and you just see like wires coming out of the ceilings and plugging in these giant brackets in the walls. That's what it all looks like. I don't know what half of these things do anymore, but somehow I got streaming to work. I did it. I did it. I don't, and I'm terrified because I had to do a couple plugs to make this work tonight. And now I'm like,
it's not gonna work anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say just 3 plugs got undone, and now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna plug them back in. Sure enough, it won't work. It won't. It's not gonna. But anyways, I got on there. I did some Anthem. Had some fun with that. I still got some more work to do to clean and polish it up. But definitely over there, getting the Twitch thing going. Excited about it. Planning to have a whole bunch of fun. Hope everybody joins us. Beyond that, that was my week.
So that's us individually this week. Together as a team this week, we did nothing. It was a week off for us. Excellent. But coming up next week, we're going to have IG2G episode 50, the big old 5-0. We're also going to do our What You Playing Third Shift. If you're a Patreon member, you're going to know all about that. You're going to hear about that more later in the episode. And then, what's a week without shift codes for Golden Keys in Borderlands, the pre-sequel? So hit up the Twitter, the Reddit, the forums, the Instagram. Hit up your preferred shift code provider and get yourself some free loot.
Ooh, doggy, you know you need that free loot. This is for the pre-sequel, so it probably won't really help too much, except for, spoiler alert, we got a free update coming in the Handsome Jack collection, because we're going to get UHD 4K crap that, you know, people like me can't afford. But guess what? It's a free update.
I can't even see it. I can't even see it.
I know, right? I can't even understand it. I don't know. All the colors, the pixels, doesn't make any sense to me. I'm still rocking 480, you know what I'm saying?
I'm still playing on a 26-inch CRT, man.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, goodness. So, yes, get those shift codes. The game's a ton of fun. Everybody's going to be back in there. You're not going to have any lack of people interested in watching or playing with you because guess what? Gearbox has been dropping bombs all over the place today and yesterday. So everyone's pumped up. Everyone's ready. And I'd say without further ado, you guys want to start marching into everything? There it is. Beautiful marching. Yeah, okay.
Oh, wait, what's the
what we got to do?
Slow, controlled military march from Tony Horton. You got reach up and back.
Yeah.
Don't
there
jerk
you
at
go.
the top of the move.
Yeah, don't jerk. Slow and steady, like a tortoise. Wins the race every time. Exactly.
I will say, pause mine quick. I got some feedback from the stream. You got to speak up, Danny. People can't hear you very well.
Sorry.
All right. Danny's going to speak up. Oh, and of course, Sean says he's still catching them keys. See, that's why we do it, Sean. It's for people like you. We keep on doing it, even though we don't think there's anybody there. There's a million people there. There's a million.
Even though by now, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say it. You should be on to different games, Sean, but you're playing Borderlands every day, every night. When you're at work, you're still playing it on your Vita because you're crazy, man. You bought it there, too. You're playing it on your PC at work. I know. I saw your tweet. I know you're doing it.
He's a psychopath. What can you say? What can you say? But before we get into today's whole shindig, we got to pass over the day before.
Indeed.
They went ahead and posted
because we called it. We said they should do it, and so they did it because they heard us.
They listened to the Third Shift podcast, and they went, you know what? Those guys and gals are right. We got to go ahead and put us in a hype train to lead into this whole thing. And they did it. And they did it in a grand fashion because let me tell you, this trailer was all black and white, really cool, like a marbled look to it. And it was in the same vein if anybody's ever seen Black Sails. It's a pirate movie. I talked to you about it, Matt. I don't know if you've watched it, Danny.
Pirate show, you mean?
Yeah,
pirate show. Sorry. Fantastic pirate show. Great. Recommend it to everybody. Anyways, that's not why we're talking about it. Oh, we're going to have to pause the live on the fives. This is actually live in front of people, dear. Just letting you know. So don't want you to come over and get mad at me because you're actually with real humans that aren't Matt and everybody else. So this is real life, everybody. This is what I deal with. My wife says I'm coming down here and I'm handling business and I'm going to do it. All right, Matt, go ahead. Yeah, of course. You guys can talk. You can keep going.
We hear you.
We're going to shake our head at you.
Yeah, I can take the car. Of course, I'm going to save us gas, dear. Yeah, I'm seriously. I'm live with lots of people.
Yeah, you have
Love
to
you.
mute it. You have to mute it. Otherwise,
I ain't gonna
you
mute.
just-
Oh, dude, I can. Holy cow, I got technology. Does that work? There we go. Look at that.
Well,
No,
I'm still through.
I can still hear you.
I'm still through the headset.
I
so-
can't mute this one. Sorry. It's
Oh.
cheap. Just cheap little headphones. They don't mute. But it doesn't matter. It's all good.
No, you're unmuted though, right?
Yes.
You sure?
Yep.
Is your Audacity working?
I look right at it right here.
So, oh yeah, everybody, we got a badass trailer. It dropped. It's all black and white. It was all cool, and you know how it is. It's the internet. So as soon as the trailer went up, we had people like Mental Mars screenshotting everything. Here's every single tiny little secret that was all in the trailer. And then Eric went, I think I saw this. And some guy went, yeah, whole Reddit thread. Everyone's already figured it out. Boom. There's like 18 million secrets. There's Morse code. There's the shift code hidden pieces all hidden all throughout there. You can talk more about that, Eric, because this is the thing I don't like doing. I don't like doing it.
Oh, of course you don't. So there was a Braille code in there that said follow and obey. I don't know if
Morse
anybody's
code.
figured out Braille.
Morse
No.
code.
No, there was Braille too. There was a Morse
Mm.
code. I'm talking about the Braille code.
Braille.
Braille code. Yeah, there was a Braille code that said follow and obey. I'm not sure if they've deciphered what that's supposed to mean or if that's just like something because of the volt of the cold or whatever. But there was the Morse code, and that
Huh.
said count the sirens. And so everybody was counting the sirens, trying to figure out because there can only be 6 sirens in the world at any given time. Mental Mars had asked, the question: are the sirens' powers by birth, or is it something that is handed down, progressively? And then Randy Varnell said, that's a great question. I'm starting to suspect that it's actually handed down. And there's a lot of reasons for this. One, even in just this teaser trailer, and I'll talk about more later, it shows Maya, whatever, however you pronounce her, Maya is what I call her, handing a book, like a scroll or a big book or tome, whatever, to some little chick. And it has that feeling like somebody on Twitter said it, and it was exactly what I was thinking. It's like a Jedi passing down something to a Padawan.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird. So I'm wondering if maybe she's training her successor as a siren,
Yeah.
which would make sense too later on with something we'll talk about with the big old reveal today. So yes, Morse code, the Braille was in there. They had the 5-digit number letter combinations, which, like as Matt said, when you found them all, equated to a shift code. Which, if you go into Borderlands 2, will get you the Salvador Community Day skin and some golden keys, 5 golden keys, I think it is. So if you haven't done it, just check that out. You can find it all over the place, all put together, ready to go for you on the Borderlands 2, and you'll be rocking it out. I don't know if there's any more hidden secrets because, of course, a lot of stuff stays on Reddit. I don't really see it too often come off of Reddit when they find those kind of secrets. In fact, it was probably some Reddit individual who just randomly saw me when I was going, hey, what's all this? I found these things. And they're like, yeah, dude, figured out. Here we go. Tick, 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 tick. And I went, oh, okay. Oh, man. Thought I was cool for a second. Yeah. But there's too many people out there way smarter and faster than me.
Mhm.
But that's awesome because they pick it apart and find all the things. And also, you said it was really cool how it looked and how they kind of went through it just like they do in the Black Sails thing.
Mhm.
But when you panned out and they showed like the overall image, I thought that was really sweet too, because if you have the tools and the tech, as Mental Mars does, you're able to pan in and you're just, every single thing is something.
Yeah.
So you could take every little image, every little thing, and find out something. Just a nugget, a tidbit, a little this, a little that. That's gonna give you something, a heads up for Borderlands 3, what's in it. They showed you all the main characters, bad guys, good guys. You got to see the Beastmaster riding on the not the Skag, the Rack, and
Yeah.
Moxie's shack, which, funny enough, today Randy said, oh, that's cool, right? But that's not actually like her real shack. Her real one is like so dope. You guys it's gonna blow your minds. Oh my god. And I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to go into Moxie's new place. It's gonna be fantastic. Which she does look super snazzy and all dressed up, way different than she has in the past. So
Mhm.
I imagine that big Malawan city that we saw,
Oh yeah.
which I'm flooding. I'm going in between now. That's just for
Yeah,
today.
It's too much, Eric.
It's
You
too
gotta-
much.
you
It's
gotta
too much. We gotta
curtail
back it
that
up.
shit.
Okay. Stop it. We'll get to it there. It's too much. It's awesome. It's good stuff. So, anywho, the teaser trailer was great. I recommend everybody get in there, follow Mental Mars, get on board, look at all the cool images, see if you can find any other secrets that people haven't put together yet.
Mhm.
There's a ton of them there for you if you want to go at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that pretty much leads straight into the PAX East presentation because the first thing that happened was they showed that teaser trailer.
Mhm.
And Randy and Silent Paul came out and they talked all about it. And they went, hey, look, here's some of that stuff that Mental Mars showed. And here's some of that stuff that Reddit thing showed. And everyone in the crowd went, oh my gosh, we're not on Reddit. We don't follow Mental Mars, which you should because Mental Mars is cool. And then, you know what? I'm going to say it. Eric said wasn't allowed to say it, but I'm going to say it. Every one of those frickers in that crowd got a free Psycho Mask. So I better be getting a free Psycho Mask in the mail because I've been doing this podcast for 2.5 years and I need a free Psycho Mask, please. That dude just walked in the door and he went, what's this? And they went, here you go. And he went, who? What? I've been sitting here in this exact chair or on that floor or in a chair over there for 2.5 years. Give me a Psycho Mask. Come on.
May your dreams come true, Matt.
Just me, though. Really cool. Not these two. They haven't been working hard. I do it.
Just crying tears. Now, I like how in the beginning, too, Paul wasn't saying anything. And this actually played out pretty nice. Because I wasn't in on this. I didn't get the joke. I thought legitimately that Randy was just talking over him, doing Randy, not letting him speak, and just going and going and going, nervous and talkative as he is. I thought he was just rolling. And I'm just like, dang, why'd you even bring Paul out? This doesn't even make sense. So I legitimately was like, wow, whatever. This is weird. Sorry, Paul. And then what's funny is in the chat, I'm looking at it, and you can already see everyone's like, dang, man, let Paul talk. Oh, yeah, let Paul talk. R.I.P. Paul. It was good. I enjoyed it, and I did appreciate how everyone's like, whoa, with the clues and stuff that he gave away. And I'm like, wait, man, everybody should know that already. We all know that. That was yesterday's news. Oh man, how are they surprised? It's just a fake audience. Oh man.
Well, you got to think of it too. This is something we've talked about, and I'm going to bring it up later in the episode too. You and I have talked off air about how we're so close to it that nothing is a surprise really anymore because it's been teased and it's been rumored and it's been leaked and it's been shown off. And if I didn't follow Mental Mars or these crazy Reddit people, I would have never seen it. You would have never seen it. We would have gone, whoa, did you see that trailer? Yeah. Oh, it was cool. I paused it once and I saw Maya with long hair. Oh yeah, neat. And that would have been like the best we would have done. They'd be like, look, it's got the gun thing. She's cool. Yeah. So if you think to like the average mind of an average gamer person, they're not doing that stuff.
Man, it's a shame because it's good stuff. It's good stuff, Matt, and they should be paying attention because there's so much in there, and it's beautiful, and I loved it. Speaking of which, I love that long hair. It's awesome. Kind of like,
it's pretty cool.
It pulls her out and makes her actual character. I always thought she was not really a character.
But long hair makes a character.
Makes her a character now. Well, and she had facial expressions and did things. If you watch her, and back in the day, she really did nothing. She's kind of like.
This is like, basically what I get every time I do IG2G. You sit there and then. And you have no hair, so you have even less character.
Dang. Ouch. Oh, Matt's gonna be confrontational today.
I'm getting fired up.
He's got a lot of aggression. He wasn't happy.
I'm getting fired up.
He's gonna take it out on me. All right, okay. All right. So what's up next?
They brought out Steve from Gearbox Publishing to do a whole Gearbox Publishing roundup. Here's what we did all these past couple years. Here's what's popping out next. He did rumor something about Homeworld because he said that was kind of their first property, and he was like, we're excited to continue that or continue working with that franchise in the future. Nothing specific on that, but hey, one of us gets to play some Homeworld coming up. It's going to be good.
Oh, yeah. Most likely you. I mean, you have the most experience with that kind of game.
I don't know how to work a PC, dude. What is
this? Gosh, dang it! It'll come console. It'll be a console too. It'll be fine.
Eventually, yeah. But then we also got let's see, Homeworld. Then we got the We Happy Few DLC. The announcement of that first DLC. They came from below, and then if anybody heard a little bit more about that, rewind. A couple days before PAX East. What was it? Compulsion Games was announcing that they were working on the DLCs and they had a brand new update coming out. So if you want more updates on your We Happy Few, go check out their update post all about that. But here today, they announced the first DLC is coming out. What's it? I think it's in April. April.
April
what's it say?
4th.
April 4th.
April 4th release. Yep.
And I'm gonna tie this back to those teaser images because the one that was the robot that
Yeah,
I
that's
said was
it.
probably 1v1. It's this because if you look at the description, oh man, they lost these two characters, lost some doctor that they're with, but they found a bunch of kill hungry robots. So
In the background, you can see like the weird robot looking feet him as the robot that was in the image. So it's like, and it's as we said, you know, the way it was all drawn, the artwork all looked We Happy Few. But of course, we thought maybe they were trying to trick us into thinking that, and it was gonna be a spin. Nope, that was it. It was We Happy Few's DLC. So the original guess was correct. But then, of course, we went on to play fantasy and go into La La Land and goof off.
As
how we do it.
always.
So, but you know, good. It looks great. It's more We Happy Few, and what's really cool is standalone, so you can just buy it and play it, or you
Really?
can buy the rest of the game, get the story, and then play this one. Yep, it's like $7.99, I think. So you can just grab it and play it if you want to. So I think that's really smart. That way, if you're like, oh, I really want to get into it, but I don't really feel like playing this whole game because there's a million good games out now, but I'd love to get a taste of this. You know, pop in and get it. There you go.
Yeah, definitely. And then next up was another one that we pretty much guessed 100%. Bulletstorm Duke of Switch Edition. Coming to the Switch. It's Bulletstorm with the Duke stuff, all the DLCs, all the everything packed in there. Summer 19, pretty much a no-brainer.
Yeah, I want to get my hands on this one. I got to hit up Gearbox because I feel like I've played the original way back. I've played
Right.
through several times of the new remaster,
Mhm.
and I'm like, you know what? I need this in my life. I love my Switch. I do nothing but talk about how awesome the Switch is.
Mhm.
I want to play it on the Switch. I want to see how it compares to its predecessors, and then you know I could really flesh it out. You know, I'm digging it. I love Bulletstorm. I can't wait to get back in there. Even if Gearbox says screw you, Eric, you know what? Maybe I'll go like I don't know, sell wood. I'll go chop wood or something, and bam, I'll own it. I'll get it. It's gonna be great. As you said, we called it completely.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Switch edition, and it is, which I do get excited for because that means they're looking at the Switch, which means maybe in the future we're going to see some kind of Gearbox putting something of theirs onto the Switch.
Mhm.
I don't know what. More likely, obviously, it'd be their Borderlands 2 and 1 remaster. Not obviously Borderlands 3, but
You know, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't already do that with the launch of the remaster. So I wonder if there's something in the works, or
I expected to hear about it, but maybe it's like you said, it's just something that they're working on, but they didn't really want to announce because it's far away or not official yet. So they stuck to what they knew was coming and what was going on. Because it's a no-brainer, really, to me, if you ask me.
Mhm.
Pop those on over there. But who knows? Maybe the Switch can't handle them. I think it's hard to imagine that's the case, but
I mean, you could at least port the default version because the freaking Vita got Borderlands 2, and
true.
Yeah.
The Vita is not as powerful as the Switch, so therefore.
I was gonna say something
Good.
mean, but I've already said too many mean things, so I'm
Yeah,
not
you
gonna.
are-
I'm gonna be all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. And you know what else is all right? Creepy ass kids. Because up next was Pathologic 2 from Tiny Build. If you like creep and you like kids and you like creepy kids especially, this is the game for you. Do you like plague and death and then kids staring creepily at the camera going?
Pitty patta, pitty patta, pitty patta. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, this one was really weird. I wasn't sure what I was supposed to think or what I was supposed to do in any way or shape or form. I was just really out there, and I was like, is it just because I'm at work and I can't like 100% get
No.
focused? But I was like, I don't know what is happening. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know who I am or what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm gonna have to look into this one further because right now I don't have a clue what they're doing.
I think you're just supposed to get creeped out by creepy kids.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe run from
mission
creepy
accomplished.
kids. Maybe you're a skinny adult and you got to run from creepy kids.
That makes sense. Like one of those weak office adults with pale skin, and you can't do anything, so you run from the children.
You're Bob. You got to run from the kids.
Oh my god!
I can't help it. I can't help
Oh man, that's beautiful.
it. Oh,
I
my
appreciate
God.
I don't know what to tell you. It's ridiculous.
They're singing a weird song. I don't get it. So then up next, after Creepy Kid Palooza, they talked about a game called System Error, and they put up a graphic behind him, and he was like, "Yeah, we can't wait to bring this to more people and tell you all about it." And I went, "Show me what this is." I didn't even know the name was System Error because he says System Error, and I went, "What is it?" And I couldn't see anything. There was no
Yeah, there was
live
nothing.
chat. There was nothing. So if you know System Error, tell me because I don't know. I still don't know.
I'm in the same boat.
I don't either.
Like I said, I was at work coming off, watching it, running around, making dinner, doing the usual rigmarole, had all my notes. Never saw anything else about it. Just like you said, they had the camera focused on him. And he was like, "Yeah, look at this." And I'm like, "Nope,
Can't.
I can't just look up, man. I can only do what the cameraman tells me to do. And he doesn't want to show me, so I'm sorry. I apologize." So, as a lot of individuals overseas would say, please be excited.
Please
I don't
be
know
excited
what for,
System
but
Error.
please be excited for System Error.
We're gonna do something big with that coming up, whatever it is.
Hopefully, I'll see a graphic of it someday.
But then something we did see a teaser graphic about, and we totally called this one too. They talked about Trover Saves the Universe coming out on May 31st. They showed a big old trailer for it. Had a little bit of talk about how he went and saw the Rick and Morty dude, because this is from the Rick and Morty dude, and it was a weird, strange, goofy kind of gameplay trailer.
Yeah, Squelch Games, right? Putting it together.
Yep.
Man, this looks like a short, like 4 or 5 hour game to me. This looks like it's more of. It looks like it's for PlayStation 4 and it's also for the VR. It looks like they had the VR in mind, but had an easy way to get it onto regular PlayStation. So I don't expect a real long, lengthy game from this, but the humor and the dialogue is just fantastic. It's just ridiculous. If you like Rick and Morty, you're going to like this. No duh. It's the same guy who does it. And the best part is what I heard, and I don't know how true this is. I'd have to go verify, but he came in and they said, "All right, here's what's going on, go." And he just ad-libs all sorts of scenarios for all of it and goes nuts and does this thing, and then they just piece it all together and make it work and go with it. So you're getting off the wall insanity, ridiculousness, which if you watch the trailer you heard, because they were just bananas, saying all sorts of crazy stuff, foul language, just fantastic, right up my alley. When a man with no eyes sticks dogs in his eyes, it's a perfect thing. It's a perfect thing.
Now I will say I'm not a huge Rick and Morty. I like it when I like certain parts of it. I like certain episodes a lot. And then when it misses, it's a big miss for me. And that was kind of this trailer. Like, I chuckled at some of it, and some like that first like awkward pause they did, and some of the newscaster broadcasters going back and forth. I like that. But then everything other than that, I went, okay, it's a weird game. But I think the VR versus real playing thing, I think that really ties into what you're talking about, it being a short experience. Because the more, when you said that, it sparked in my brain. I'm thinking like a Telltale game, like an episode, 1 or 2 episodes of a Telltale game. I could see this being that, where you just kind of, you go over here and you talk to Bill, and then you have the funny scene, and then you walk out the door, and oh no, you're in the crazy situation that he sent you to do. I could totally see it being like that.
And I know there's gonna be some replay value because you can make dialogue choices. So you're able to do certain things, and then depending on where you are, you'll get different comments from the main character and stuff. So like if you never go over by the burning house to look at something, you'll never get the comments he was gonna have when you're over there. So different areas triggered lots of different talk, dialogue, et cetera, et cetera.
That's cool.
So there's you'll be able to play it through it probably 2-3 times easily, I would imagine. I'm interested. I don't know. It all depends on the price point. I don't know if they talked about that at all, but I missed it if they did. So that'll be something I'm looking forward to, because if it's a few bucks, I might be able to slip it in and grab it up. But if it's like a full size 60, then I'm not going to be able to get that one.
Like a little $15, $20 adventure.
Yeah, exactly.
So then after that, we got the part that I was most excited about, Risk of Rain 2. Now, I never played the first one, but watching the trailer for this, you got 3D sci-fi co-op roguelike game. Just watching the gameplay of it and hearing that music pumping in the background and seeing all the crazy kinds of wild situations these, the roguelike characters got into, and then their ragdoll deaths when they eventually died. I loved this. This was awesome.
This one was a no-go for me. It just looked like janky graphics for me. Kind of was like, this looks like it could be okay if like it was cleaned up a bit. And I saw Promise. I saw some of the backgrounds. They were looking really nice, but the foreground, the way it was, just wasn't for me. And it was like loot, and the loot was like weird, just like diagonal polygons. And for me, I was like, I don't know what that. It just looks like polygon. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. So I was like, but I love the co-op, you know, the co-op and hanging out and playing together, and then the roguelike aspect of you just, like you said, just dying and then popping up and then just shooting down and starting over. I like that. It's just, for me, I guess I am becoming a graphics kind of guy. I just like certain aesthetics in my games, and that one wasn't meshing with me.
Well, what you got to think too, though, this is still in Steam Early Access. So this
That's
can end up looking 10
That's
times better.
a Fortnite scenario, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whereas at first it was like, ugh.
And the other thing I think is, I believe the original Risk of Rain was just a 2D, just like
Yes, it
side
was.
scroller type roguelike. So they're taking their first leaps into 3D, and I think they said Hopoo Games is like 3 dudes.
Yeah.
So I'm sure as they get more funding under their belt with Gearbox Publishing and/or more hands-on time with that 3D stuff,
You're gonna see textures popping into the grass. You're gonna start. You're right. I mean, I'm sure that's gonna improve. I hope it does, because I love co-ops. I'm all about co-ops, and I'm all about loot.
And watching this made me think, man, that's a Borderlands night game. Just those instant deaths and like instant respawns, if they are as quick as I would assume that they would be, that'd be so good. Let's get them.
One of the best part being a roguelike. Yep. Best part being a roguelike is you lose gear and you lose crap. So I got this gun right now. It's so good. Boom. Oh man, you stupid.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
There's potential in it. Yes.
There is.
I want to watch that one.
And that one, like I said, it's on Steam Early Access right now. So if you are interested in it, if you don't mind the low poly graphics, if you want to see how this game develops, go get it on Steam. As for me, I can't, PC, I've already established I don't know what this is. So someday when it comes to console, I'm going to be all over this. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, and it's what, $20 right now? And the cool part about it is if you go ahead and pay the $20, you get a free copy of it.
Yeah, yes.
So
that's true.
Nice.
You could either just be a nice guy or gal, buy it, give your friend it, and go, hey man, or gal, whatever, I want to play, let's do it. And they'll be like, oh, whatever, cool, I guess I'll play with you. Or B, you say, I'm poor, you want to play, I want to play, you got $10, I got $10, boom, done. But see, Matt, he shakes his head, he wouldn't do that. So, and then he also wouldn't give me the free copy. So it's a lose-lose scenario.
I just play my other copy on my laptop.
He'd give his other copy to his mom, is what he'd do. Here, I don't play video games, Matt, you know this.
No, her
And
laptop doesn't run anything.
Just play.
I would put it on my laptop and put it on the computer here and try to like dual screen.
No, you would.
Trying to jump, no, not possible.
I need you to get on, Mom, one time, and I'm gonna stream this and show Eric. I need you to do this for me.
That's she can come over and play it on the laptop.
There you go.
That's okay. That's all right.
See, buddy, I gave it to Who Counts. Oh man, oh, I'm sad again.
But then after that, all they did was they had Paul from Hopoo Games come on, and let's see what my notes are so small I can't even read them.
Can't read the notes.
Oh no, it just reiterated the buy one get one. So he was there talking about how cool it was to work with Gearbox. Everybody loves Gearbox. That's so cool. After that, boom, off stage, boom, Randy Pitchford comes on, and so many things happened. He did a magic trick. It was cool. He talked about Borderlands Tiny Tina's Robot Tea Party, which is the main point of the segment.
Yep. That
looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
And hey, I was right again.
Were you like what? I know you said it wasn't Project 1v1 like we said, but I can't remember exactly what you said.
I said it was a GearboxLoot.com exclusive physical card deck that was either a custom game or just a cool card deck. So I was right. God, so good. I'm so good.
Just saying. I also said I didn't think it was Project 1. Just kidding.
Yeah, but you said it was Project 1v1 first.
Yeah.
And then you went, actually, Matt, I think you're right because you're so smart.
No, on the Twitter, I said, I'm just kidding. Gosh, man, you need to get on Twitter, dude. You need to be following that Twitter.
I was the
God.
one who responded with the actual correct thing. And you went,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you did. All right. So, anyways, that's not what I care about. I care about the fact that Randy came out. He did some magic, but he did something new, something cool, and something tied to a product.
Yeah.
And that was smart. I like that. I appreciated that. I was like, cool. He's tying in something he loves and has fun with, but he's doing it in such a fashion that it's revealing and showing something neat and new and cool, and that you really want to get into. And I like how he actually stood up there for a minute, went into detail, showing you some of the claptrap cards, being goofy like he does, and then made fun of the guy for having bad handwriting, and moving on and having a good time with the whole gig. I liked it. And of course, Tiny Tina's Tea Party, totally called that, but duh, anybody could call that because it just made sense. Can't wait to have it. I'm gonna get it. Gonna have it here. I'll probably never play it because I don't have friends. But I'm gonna have our deck laid out though, so like tarot wise, maybe I'll put it on the black hole up here.
There you go, a little pin.
Yeah. Pin it up there so you can see it and be like, oh, look at all this cool artwork that apparently Noelle, the community manager for Gearbox Software, is the one who did the artwork for that game, if I'm
nice.
correct in what she said on Twitter. So cool, props to her, because some of that was looking really nice, and I got to see 5-6 cards, but definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, it definitely looked pretty cool. Kind of like a Star Flux and or a Munchkin type of thing. I mean, obviously you're building a claptrap, so that's different. But then all the cards that would let you screw with other people's claptraps, you could get the Digistruct parts that would make it fit on your claptrap, even if all your other parts are mismatched to that one. Pretty cool. I like the idea of it. I was thinking, just like you said, just gonna get it for collectors things, but again, nobody comes to my house either. So yeah, I'll probably still end up getting it. It'll be on a shelf somewhere at some point.
It's mandatory.
Yeah.
Mandatory expense, all in the
pretty
name of
much true.
Gearbox.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna bust in and just say, hey, if you go to gearboxloot.com, there is a whole bunch of brand new shit there, and it is all very
checked it out.
quality, very cool looking. Like, I know, I was a little meh in the past on some of those designs, but all that Borderlands 3 stuff is looking sharp, looking fine, looking cool. Like that Borderlands 3 hoodie, that looks badass, and it's just subtle enough, like you always say. It's got the vault symbol here, and then a vault symbol and a psycho mask on the back. So if you don't know what it is, you just it's some weird band,
Some
or
weird
something.
old
Who
crap,
knows?
yep.
But if you know, then you know.
That's exactly the one I was looking at. Was that cool golden vault symbol? I was like, yes, I want that with that nice the yellow backdrop in the hoodie.
Yeah.
Man, that was smexy. And then they had the cool little 3-set shot glass, had claptrap, had of course the vault symbol with the psycho on the other side. That's like, yeah, I need to put that up over there on the bar and have that in the collection. That'll be really cool. Coffee mug, all the classics.
I want that tumbler. That tumbler looks freaking cool. 'Cause
Yeah, with
it's
the
got whole
mayhem.
Mask of Mayhem thing. Yeah.
Yes.
And then if I was a lady, I would want that Firehawk ladies muscle tank.
Okay, no.
Because that looked freaking cool, dude.
The Tiny Tina one, man, that was amazing. I was like,
okay.
oh, why can't I be a lady right now? I want
Hey, you
that.
can.
Oh. No, I'm not that type of guy. I don't rock the pink and the tight, like really tight shirts with V-necks and stuff. If you do, that's cool. That's just not my style. I'm an old, crappy white T-shirt kind of guy,
Hey,
Blue jeans.
I'm gonna break into
Fourth wall.
yeah. Guess what we just hit, guys?
Yeah, I saw that.
We do it. We hit 50.
We hit 50.
Woo!
Ooh, I diggity daffodil. And hey, now's as good a time as any to tell you guys, yes, you're watching us right now, so you're doing it and you're following us. Thank you, Talented Tank. But if anyone else out there is But if anyone else out there is watching us and not following us, please do follow us, because it does help us out. And of course, watch us while we're streaming and having a good time, just like this one right now, because it helps us out, and we really do appreciate it. God
Indeed,
bless.
we do. Man, nice spin in there. Woo! I love it. God bless it.
So then, tying up the discussion on Tiny Tina's Tea Party, Tiny Tina's Robot Tea Party. I'm going to say it right. No, I'm going to say the full name. Borderlands Tiny Tina's Robot Tea Party. That wraps up that segment. They kicked everybody off the stage. Get out of here, volunteer people. Get out of here, Randy Pitchford. We're bringing on Cullen Sweet and a whole bunch of Gearbox people. And then we're talking about the year of Borderlands, because it's going to be the year of Borderlands. And they're starting it off with a new Borderlands Discord. I don't know what Discord is. I can't even use it, even though I'm using it right now. So I went, okay, that's not for me.
Uh-huh.
But it can be, Matt. Okay, all
No,
you
it
gotta do.
can't. No.
Yes, it can. You
No,
look
no,
at on the
no.
left side of your screen on your Discord. There's gonna be these circular.
You're on the left side of my
objects.
screen.
No,
I
on the
don't.
far left, you're gonna see circles.
It's
You
you.
just click on the new one, and you say, "Who do you want to add?" You type in Borderlands. Bada bing, bada boom. It's gonna say, "Hey, this is Borderlands. Do you want to join this Discord?" You say yes. All of a sudden, you're gonna be a peon in the community, and then you go beg and borrow and swear to God that you're somebody important, and they maybe might move you to like streamer status or somewhere, and then you can be like super cool and get a different color, and then you can participate in conversations and go to different the different little forum areas and participate. And as I said, it's going to be a place where they're going to give you cool little updates and news. They're going to be handing out shift codes periodically, fun little things for you to do here and there. Why not, man? Get in there. And if anybody's watching and listening, y'all need to get in there too, because it's Borderlands Madness time.
I will say, I mean, I understand what it is because I signed up for Crow's Discord, which is the small British indie studio I follow. And I got in there and they went, okay, hey, and it was like the rules page. And I went, all right, what little forums do they have? And they were like 27. And I went, I can't do it. I don't know. I'm not going to read the rules page for every single one of these little forums. Nope. Sorry. But if you have the time and energy to do that, definitely get in that new Borderlands Discord. 'Cause it's going to be cool. It's going to be all kinds of fun.
God dang it, Matt. You never want to get in there, man. Never want to get in there.
I can't do it. I'm too old. This forums, I used to do that in the AOL days, man. I can't do it now. It's too much.
What's AOL?
Yeah, you weren't born then, Danny. Jeez.
You should put the dial-up connection sound effect in right now.
Right.
Exactly.
I hope it connects.
Nope. So then after the announcement of the Borderlands Discord, they talked about, hey, here's the questions we've been getting since we launched Borderlands 2 VR. Why don't you get aim support? That was recently added a couple weeks ago. Hey, what about the DLCs? Boom, those are coming to Borderlands 2 VR as a free download, free update. That's super cool.
No, that's amazing. I mean, everybody was asking about AIM. Everybody was asking about when's DLCs coming. Are they coming? I thought it was a given as a no. I thought it was kind of like a done deal. No, we just wanted to experiment and have a little fun and thought we'd bring this out to you.
Yeah.
So that was a shocker to me when they went, nope, all the DLCs coming free of charge to everybody who has the game. I went, dang. Gearbox coming out with a left-right blow, trying to take it up. All right, that's nice. Once again, if I was a rich man with that $500 apparatus, I would play it. It would be fantastic. And then maybe I'd get sick and like puke all over my stuff here, and
I'd be like, "Oh, Howard Jr., look at this guy. He can't handle his emotions."
I always wonder because I do really well on ships and boats, etc. Does that equate doing well in VR? I don't know. I've never touched it.
I don't think so, because what people say is it's it's your eyes like sensing motion while your body is still, and so while you're on a ship.
So it's the reverse effect. Yeah, it's motion
totally
while
different.
you want to be still, and you're just.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I've never done it. I've done VR back in like the 90s at Disneyland or Disney World when there was the
Yeah, you're in the big cage, the big ball thing.
yeah, you like turn and I never
remember
got
those.
sick with that. Soft kids these days, millennials. Poof.
We'll find it.
Pish posh. But then after that, they had a glitchy ass video, and what they tried to show you was Borderlands Remastered. Borderlands 1 on all the new consoles with the 4K graphics and all the cool things. And some actual cool stuff was, now it's in 4K, like I said. They got shift codes, they got heads and skins, so you can actually update the look of your dude. They got a mini map, they got 4-player split screen co-op. What more could you want from a Borderlands remaster?
Nothing. Not only did they add all that, but they added more guns. And Randy said something about the last boss they changed up a bit. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means they changed actually how you fight him, who he is, or what he is, or what it is, or how it goes. But hey, I'm excited to know. And the best part was the drop date, because at first he didn't give it.
That's right.
Because of course all the malfunctions, he was just like, it's coming super soon, right? And then they had the issues, and I was like, what's that mean? What's that mean? Like, you talking this out right now? Can I go home and get it? What are you talking about, Randy? But because of the confusion, I think it just slipped their minds. So for everybody who doesn't know already, April 3rd, next week, you can get this game on all the consoles, PC, etc. And I am stoked, because I've told you guys, I know you guys haven't been as stoked as me about it, but I love Borderlands. I played the original a lot, and I know you guys did too. But
Yeah.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. That's what got me into the Borderlands. Obviously,
Mhm.
I'm excited to play it with all the nice 4K visuals, all that. Even though my TV can't handle that, so it doesn't really matter. But at least it's HD
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and then been trimmed up and cleaned up. I look forward to it.
Yeah, I think depending on the price point, I might get it just because I might as well. I mean, I played through the original quite a bit. It'd be cool to have, it in its complete package in the best way it could possibly be presented. So I might get it, but like you said, I'm not too big on the train. I'm kind of, if I want to play more Borderlands, I'm gonna want to play another thing we're gonna talk about later and just step up instead of. It looks good, but it's still a step slightly down.
Right.
Well, but it's part of the beauty of what they're doing. And like you said, they're doing the road to Borderlands, the year of Borderlands, and of
Yeah.
course you're going to mention it in just a second. But I like how they remastered it. This sucker's out next week, ready for you to play. You get your hands on the original Borderlands, see how it is, the best it can be, and then of course on to the next part, on to the next part. What a nice way to roll people in.
Absolutely. And that second part is the Handsome Collection is getting a free update on the same day as that Borderlands remaster comes out, April 3rd. It's just a free upgrade to 4K texture pack. So that's going to look as fine and fresh and as shiny as that could possibly be. So if you want to dive back in with your cool 4K TV and your PS4 Pro and your Xbox One X and all your cool things that I can't afford because I'm just a humble man, you can enjoy that.
Indeed. And I'm in the same exact boat. I saw it. I was excited, but instantly I was like, well, I don't own any of the things. So it didn't, for me, it was not relevant. So I was like, great for everybody who gets to enjoy it. It looks good. It looks smooth. What we saw in the trailer and what I saw later. It's like, yeah, that does looks even a step better than what we got when we were just playing it normal Handsome Collection. So I'm jealous, but at the same time, hey, you know what? I enjoyed the heck out of my Borderlands 2 experience with the Handsome Jack collection as it was.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm very glad that this is a free texture update because when I was watching it, I was like, and it was like, boom, 4K graphics, boom, smoother this, smoother that, and I went, are they really trying to sell the Handsome Collection again?
Yes,
And then it was
they
like the
are.
very last thing. It said free texture update, and I went, oh, jeez, you can't
You
make
can't
me,
do that.
you can't make me sink down and then go, oh, but wait, it wasn't. No,
I
I can't turn around that fast. No.
I wasn't gonna mention it, but I was in the same boat. I was like,
Uh-huh.
no, guys, you can't release this again. No, that's not. No, don't. And they went free, and I went, okay, good to go, awesome. You saved it. I saw myself crashing towards the earth,
Uh-huh.
and then you went nope, and I went wee.
And then also, hey, that was probably tucked in those Psycho masks because that was free to the whole audience. You got the Handsome Collection, and of course, you get the free update when that comes out. So I look forward to having another copy of the Handsome Collection because they're going to send it to me with my Psycho mask.
Yeah, with the Psycho Mask, and of course, they also gave you the Borderlands 1 remaster too.
That's right.
So you're gonna have it regardless whether you want to play it or not, and you can check it out.
Checks in the mail, baby. It's coming. Here it
Bada bing,
comes.
bada boom.
And then I think that was it for the show. They didn't really show anything else that was
Yeah,
pretty
that's
big,
it.
unless anybody else picked anything
No,
weird out.
I think they closed it up.
Yeah.
Randy came out and he said that was a show. You guys looking forward to it? Da, 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 da. And I was like,
Yeah,
cool,
I think his
neato.
exact words is, "You're gonna kill me."
I'm not gonna leave here
He did
alive.
actually say that. Yeah, he said that twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he would have probably been killed if he didn't do what actually did happen, and that was a full-blown trailer for Borderlands 3. Now, it stunk to high heaven because they had the technical difficulty,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that just crushed me. I felt freaking terrible, man, for him for having all the issues leading up to it and how that was all going down with the remaster for 1.
Yeah.
And then Randy even said he forecasted his own doom and was like, well, guys, I got another video and I'm really nervous right now about this. And sure enough, it was hiccuping and having problems the first roll through. And I was like, oh, man, no, why? Dang it.
Yeah.
Jeez. And sure enough, he came back on and he was, he's flustered and he was upset about it because, you wanted to go smoothly. And that's when he made the comment. He's like, should we brought our own equipment? And then everybody's like booing, because it seemed like he was taking a jab at the PAX staff for not having everything ready and up to speed and rocking and rolling. But you can't really blame any one party for that. You know, it's a huge event, lots of moving parts, lots of wheels rolling, lots of things can go wrong. But on the same token, I understand Randy's frustration.
But as always happens, if you do bring your own stuff, it will inevitably be incompatible with whatever they have on site.
Ready
So
to
you're
go.
you're going to have twice as many problems trying to get it even hooked up. You're going to have like an Eric setup for his stream. You're going to have wires connecting into
Cords
wires,
connecting
spliced
everywhere,
into wires, just
splicing.
wire in the wall.
Headsets.
The bathroom's
Yeah.
playing your trailer now. You don't even know what's happening.
Music's coming through the urinal when they flush it.
Yeah, that can happen. It's terrible. It's scary. So that little moment was like, oh, come on, guys. Don't, you know, he doesn't deserve a boo. He's on stage trying to show you the thing that Gearbox has just been slaving away over 5 years, wants it to go perfectly, and the hiccups are happening. And it's just, I'd be up there going, no, God, I want to choke it all. I want to choke everything right now.
Yeah.
Regardless, beyond that part, everybody was pretty chill about it, and everybody was shouting encouragement and still excited about it. And Randy took it in stride and said, "You know what? We're playing this darn thing smooth." He got it up. He didn't get it, but the staff got it up and running, and they just played it once again, all the way through, smooth as butter, for everybody to see and behold. And oh my God, was it a sight to behold! It was Borderlands, and it was Borderlands 100% Borderlands. No battle royales, no games as a service. No, there was nothing. It was Borderlands. Just beautiful. And of course, I don't know if you got some overall thoughts before we dig in, but
I want Danny to go first.
okay, some overall thoughts.
I'm gonna be Debbie Downer.
All right.
Well, I'm surprised.
I don't know what it was, but I just throughout the whole thing, I wasn't very excited. I was excited to see some characters in there, but just overall, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the technical difficulties that got to me, or I don't know.
Okay, so which side of the screen are you on for me, Danny? Are you over here or are you over there?
I'm above you.
Okay, fist bump. Yeah. Because honestly, when I watched it the first time, it didn't blow me away. Like I saw everyone's reactions to it in the crowd and on Twitter, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, it's freaking amazing! Woohoo!" And for me, the first time through, when I saw the new characters, and I went, "Ooh, cool!" Every time they popped up, ooh. But then everything else, aside from a few things that I've rewatched it like 3 different times now, and I picked out a few things that the more I watch it, the more excited I got. But the first time through, I went, "Yep, that's Borderlands." And that was it. Because, I mean, even the new characters, other than the specific parts, we'll get into it more. But other than the specific parts where you see them doing new stuff, it was them going, pew, 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 pew. And I was like, well, it's Borderlands. Yeah, this is what it should look like. And it looks good, and it looks shiny. But it didn't do much for me. So the more I watched it, the more I got into it, and we can get into details later, which are what excited me. But my initial reaction was just, it didn't look bad. I wouldn't say it sucked or anything, but it just didn't. It just didn't fire me up.
And of course,
Sean's gonna kill me in the chat right now. He's gonna.
Well, he's already after me.
I'm the odd man out here. I thought it was fantastic. I've lied to you guys for years now. I love the hell out of Borderlands. I've never been not down on it. I secretly have loved it and adored it, but I want to make our team stay strong, so I pretended. But I'm coming out today, and I'm saying, God dang it! Oh, it was Borderlands, and it was the sweet music I wanted and the sweet music I needed. It was everything I wanted to be. I didn't want it to change. I didn't want it to go crazy. I didn't want it to go bananas. I was like, please be Borderlands. And if anything, if they did anything, as we talked about in many episodes, just like a little hub where you could see other people. I didn't want the game itself to be influenced at all by a games as service type crap or none of that.
Right.
So with that being said, for me, watching that trailer, seeing the main characters pop out, doing their thing, working together, it was just like the other Borderlands before it. And like you said, had the new people, the new characters, the returning characters all had total makeovers, had aged a few years. You could see like the visual differences. And I was like, oh god, I can't wait to see what Marcus has been doing and why he's like this and dressed like this. Wow, Moxie's completely different. You see her little shack, and then Randy was talking, which saying she actually owns something completely different, which is way cooler. I went, wow, what's her story? What happened to Moxie? Obviously, the dream moment. You saw it in the teaser the other day, but then you got to see it in game. Tiny Tina jumping up in the air with Mordecai on Brick, and I'm like, yes. Oh, my little girl, she's grown up. She's ready to kill people legally now. Yes.
Legally.
Yes. She's in a world where killing is fine. It's fine.
You're just happy that she's 18 because now you can marry her legally.
No, I'm not a creepy old man. I'm not a creepy old man.
With you, Matt.
Look at him. Look at the head. Look at the
because I'm bald. Because I'm bald. I'm a creepster. That's me.
Just tattoo it across there.
Yep, creepster.
Just Tiny Tina.
No, creepster.
I Heart Tiny Tina goes on the back where he's still got some hair to cover it.
Yeah. Oh man, she's a Pete. Anyways. Between that, seeing the new characters and then the baddies, the Calypso twins, look cool. Just look awesome. Yeah. They've got a sweet vibe going there. And then we'll get into some details and whatnot here in a minute, I'm sure. But based off what I watched after rewatching it a bunch, I'm super stoked from what I'm hearing and seeing about those two and how they interact with everybody else. I can't wait. I was pumped.
And I will say, they started off, they were like one of the first few shots of the trailer. And I went, whoa, who are these people? I mean, obviously they're villains, but who are these people? They're cool. And then it went back to, look, it's Brick and Mordecai and Tiny Tina. And seeing them evolve is cool, but I wanted all new things. Like, I know who Moxie is. So when I see Moxie, I go, oh, cool new design. I see Marcus. Yep, it's Marcus. I expected to see Marcus. I almost said Roland, not Roland, but all the returning characters where it was like, oh look, it's Lilith, and she looks a little different. Yeah, it's Lilith. I don't like Lilith. It's Maya. Okay, well, she looks cool.
We can talk about that in a minute, because I think Maya's days are numbered.
You mean Lilith's?
I mean, not like me. I can't say names. Lilith's days are numbered. Yeah. I was thinking Maya because I wanted to tell you something about Maya. So.
But I think that's maybe what it was for me, is seeing all the returning characters, and then some of the different areas that they swooped over that didn't look like that Maliwan city that I missed somehow the first time. When I saw it the second time, I went, that's it. That's what I want the new Borderlands to be. Totally new areas. The new areas got me excited, but seeing characters I knew and places that looked like, oh look, it's Pandora again, and I kind of went, I just wanted all new stuff. So when I saw the new characters, the new evil characters, super cool. The new playable characters, I wanted to see them doing all kinds of stuff. So I think for me, I had to, once I saw it a few more times, and I thought, well, this is an introductory trailer. It's an announcement trailer. This is the game. We're making this game. What I'm going to be excited for are those character trailers and seeing skill trees and abilities.
Yeah.
That's what I want. So I think for me, it was just too much old mixed in with the new, because the new got me excited, but the old made me go, yeah, it's Borderlands.
I'd say, to cap that little spot off, I would say that I agree with you. The lush jungle looked awesome. The city was looking fantastic. That was really standing out to me. But even the Pandora areas, you can tell it was a little bit different. They had these big kind of city, not city, but you know what I mean, big establishments set up. And you can tell the textures in the background. Looks like they added a little more detail to this and that. So it's going to be more vibrant, a little more alive, I feel like, this time.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. But I do ultimately agree. I hope that there's a large chunk of your time spent on some of the other planets. Because, honestly, we have been on Pandora forever. And I would love to see other places. But I don't think it would be a Borderlands without getting on to Pandora, at least for a little bit. So, maybe it's not like, maybe that's where you start. And then, of course, you get your ships and do all your fun stuff and fly away. And then meet all the characters wherever they've gone off to and whatever they've been doing. Because it looks like some of them are no longer on Pandora anyway. Or maybe there's a big sequence where they all leave Pandora. Hence why he was saying Moxie Shack is cool. But that's not even the beginning of what she is. So, I don't know. But speaking of those characters, the four main ones, the beautiful new Vault Hunters. What do you guys think? I mean... Do you like how they look based off looks? Do you guys know the names, abilities, anything like that standing out?
Go, Danny, go.
I don't know much about them, but they all look pretty cool. The one that reminds me of Loaderbot, that's the one I like.
That's the Beastmaster, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, other than
That's
that,
what a lot
I
of
don't know
people
much
say.
about them.
Yeah, I will say, just looking at him, I mean, anytime you get an old guy to play as, that's cool because he reminds me of Wilhelm a little
Yeah.
bit. And then the badass sexy buff siren was cool
Mhm.
when she did her 6-arm thing right near the beginning. I went, oh yeah, here it is. It's gonna blow up the trailer with all the new cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then she was shooting a gun for the rest of the time. But I won't go back to that anymore.
Hey, she
And
did a
then-
ground pound too.
That's true. That's true. So she got me excited. Old man, I always like playing as an old man. And then Beastmaster, of course. I think I wrote what did I write him as? Big Lummox. Because anytime you can play like a big, like chunky character, I like that. Like the Colossus and Anthem, just looking at it, I like that. So when he popped on the screen, I went, that's who I'm playing. And then I saw the siren with her buff abs doing crazy stuff, and I
Yeah.
went, that's my secondary character. And I saw the old guy, and I went, that's the third one. And then I saw a little kid getting in a power armor suit, and I went, I don't know. No, I'm sorry, kid. No.
Oh my god.
That one doesn't do it for me. The power armor does, because that's badass. But I don't like playing. Children. I told you, children, I can't do it.
I don't think she's a child. She looks more like she's like just some scrappy 18, 19-year-old or something.
Too short.
But too short. I
Too
agree.
short.
But
I'm not
that's
playing
the-
his odd job here. What is
Well,
this, Goldeneye?
She's gonna be kind of the go-to, it seems, because she's playing a soldier class this time, and I believe her name is Moz or something like that, Moze, and it's all about the mech, as you saw. She can hop in, and then like in co-op, somebody can hop in the turret, man it, and take out enemies. And so she's all about tech and screwing around, soldier class style.
Yeah.
So whether or not you like her, I think she's going to be your go-to starter character because
Well-
typically soldier is.
Well, I mean, you know how it is. None of the characters are ever bad, but
No.
just some speak more to you than others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And just based off the looks and the basic stuff we've seen so far, she doesn't really speak for me.
Well, and you were mentioning the old man, and he's the one I think looks the coolest.
Mm.
But of course, he's the assassin,
Oh yeah.
the operative. And I was like, no, man, I hate the assassin class. I've never been a fan of the assassin class. So I'm like, well, no, not gonna play him. Darn it! But he was the one. Just via looks, without
Yeah.
knowing anything, I was like, yeah, buddy, here we go. I'm gonna be the rich white dude with all the magic and money. Yeah, buddy. Can't wait.
So you could just dream, just wish
Wow.
fulfillment.
Just wish I was him, I'm just
Mhm.
projecting myself onto him and going, yeah, got all this money, I'm rich, I kill people easily, yeah, I'm super
Mhm.
cool. But and then I was like,
Perfect.
assassin, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Never mind.
Mm.
And then of course the Beastmaster, who that's my secondary. After I learned who they were, which by the way, just so I can get the names out of the way, Zane is the operative. That's the old man. You got the soldier Maz, that's already stated. You got the Beastmaster. His name is Flak, robot, obviously, so non-gender or whatever. And the Siren is a Mara.
Mm.
So there's the names. But the Beastmaster is the one that I'm probably looking at the most. It's either him or the Siren
Mm.
because he reminds me of my favorite person in the whole wide world besides Tiny Tina, Gage, and having
Uh-huh.
pets and
Yeah,
having a
yeah, yeah.
companion.
Yep.
Because he can have he has three different companions. So you can only have like one out at a time. As far as I'm aware, I don't really know too much about it. But from the images, it looks like he's got a spider in his one, some weird dog-like creature that's not a skag, and then an actual skag. Like the dog-like thing looks like he's on his hind legs, and he's got like these weird robotic arm things going. So I don't know what the
Weird.
heck that thing is. I've never seen it before. But then between those three, they got different abilities and allow them to do different things.
Mm.
So he looks like the most fun because I just love having a companion, so I can
Mhm.
drink beers and just shoot wildly off and around while my pets do all the work, and I can just
Yep.
laugh. It's the best. But the Siren naturally is usually the most OP, so that's kind of also where I want to gravitate towards because then I can phase lock, ground pound, and just have a good old time. Because she does have phase lock, which was in the trailer. And it confused the hell out of me because I went phase lock. Oh man, the way they were telling me, it didn't seem like she was going to have it. I thought she was going to be all about just these new weird physical abilities, but she's got a couple oldie but goodies in there.
I think what matters the most is, you know, we can judge off of their looks and what their abilities are supposed to be, but until I see that skill tree,
Oh, the skill trees, yes.
because I mean, think back to pre-sequel. Oh look, Claptrap's there. Cool. Maybe you could play as Claptrap. Claptrap skill tree, 100% playing as him. Absolutely. Going down this one, getting some of that one, getting some of this middle one. Seeing those capstone skills, as soon as I see those, then I'll know.
Which I don't know much, so I won't say too much on it, but I hear that they're not doing the traditional 3 branches this time around. I'm hearing that there's going to be a different setup with like big, open branches, so you can do all sorts of builds and variations. I'm not 100% certain on that one.
Then
But
shut up, Eric. You ruined it for me even
man.
more. Now I'm not even excited for the
No.
game. I don't even care
No.
about skill trees.
I just ruined it. Oh, man.
Oh, we lost Matt.
Oh, goodness. No, man, don't leave us. No. And so briefly, the 2 individuals that are the baddies, the Calypso twins. In case you don't know, the one's name was Tyrene. That's the chick, and she is a siren, obviously, as you can tell by the tattoos on her arms. And the brother was Troy, and he's got like that big giant robotic arm.
Troy.
And word on the street, I know, right? It's such a just random name, and it's Fear Troy. He's the bad dude. He's gonna get you.
Yeah, they should
But,
have
hey.
just called him Bob.
Yeah, that would have been even better. Yes, Bob, get him, Bob. Now, what's really cool here, and this is where you start tying in, some notes from what I saw in the trailer, is she's a siren, can do all the typical siren stuff. However, since they're twins, word on the street is that he has some kind of ability to siphon siren powers away, take them away, or absorb them, or do something weird with them. And in the trailer, you see Lilith early on doing her turnaround, and it's like, oh, there's Lilith, yay, the Firehawk's back. And then later, you see her crawling across the ground towards it looks like dead Vault Key, and you see the Calypso twins in the background high-fiving each other. And if you notice, she's no longer a siren. Her tats are all gone. She's just a normal chick. So,
Good.
so I suspect that Lilith is gonna bite the bullet in this one, or at least she's not gonna be a siren anymore. So she's gonna be normal Joe walking around
put her in
crying
the
about it.
ground. Put her in the
I
ground.
think they're
She's a
going
traitor.
to.
She's a traitor.
Because you can only have the 6 sirens, etc. But on the other hand, maybe they'll just strip her of her powers, and then you're gonna get a surprise siren pop up and twist the story. Who knows? I don't know. That's all crazy conjecture. Yeah. But that was in there. I thought that was interesting, and I thought you would like that little tidbit because, of course, you want Lilith to go down.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, there it is. It might just happen. This might be where.
It's going to be too much of a tease. She's going to escape.
I know.
Oh,
That's
man.
what I was thinking. I was like, oh, this is too obvious. She's gonna get her power back somehow. Because when I heard siphoning, it made it sound like it's not like permanent or doesn't have to be. Kind of made it sound like he can take it, but you can rip it back out of him or
Say, like, rip his arm back off.
yeah,
and shoot
do
back
something and
into
get
her.
it back. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. But for now, it looks like she's in some bad situation. And then I wanted to say that we saw from the way back in the day, the Easter egg in Battleborn, that you're going to Promethea, Tannis is not who she seems, don't open the vault key. And then you see the scene with Tannis there helping the new Vault Hunters open a vault key. And it's like, so nobody got the memo. So that was just a hint for us,
It was a
the
hint
player.
for us, not for them.
Yeah, not for them, because here they are with Tannis going, oh, I'm gonna open this up, it's gonna be great. And she's all super happy, jumping back as it's starting to spark and go nuts. And of course, the Vault Hunters are just like, what's happening?
That's what we do. We open these keys stuff.
Yeah, and it looks like maybe it ties all in, because I'll bet money that Lilith comes to stop it, but it's too late. And then that's when the Calypso twins go, oh, and then they take her out, and maybe that's all part. Who knows? All
Who
conjecture. Rip her of her powers, and then she becomes like the old sage lady who's just like, yeah, I've battled these bungalows
like
for a long
Yoda?
time. Yeah, like Yoda. She'll be Yoda. I once knew a man named Roland. He got shot in the head. Spoiler alert.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's terrible.
Spoiler.
Not the head.
Oh, well, I like to imagine the head. I like finality. So, just headshot, done. He's dead. Randy Pitchford said he's dead. 'Cause everybody keeps theorizing he's not dead, so no.
So the one thing that got me excited, even in that first watch of the trailer, that I did not enjoy, a gun on legs, a gun running.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
we
was
got
hilarious.
you covered, boo.
That was it. But as soon as I saw that gun running, I went, okay, You okay? I'll watch this trailer again. You got me.
Well, it better have, because that was literally the one thing you told me earlier. I'm not going to be excited at all. But if they show me that they're going to make really cool guns or unique things like that, that interests me. And of course, I saw a gun running, and I went, "That's what Matt asked for. Here it is."
Now I'm picturing it like the laptop gun in Perfect Dark, where you could turn it into a turret. Like, what if you could just be like, all right, turn it, it's a gun, and then turn it into run mode. Now I have my own little pet class just running around with me.
Which would be sweet.
Pick me up. I need more ammo.
That's what I'm hoping for. Yes, is that he screams or squeals or does something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Has to.
Yeah. They make it sound like he's a pet, so I wonder if he'll bark or do something silly like little animals do.
That'd be awesome.
He has to.
Hopefully it's a cat.
Dan has to steal that gun every time.
Yeah.
And I hope you can shoot him instead of like pick him back up. So as soon as he goes,
blow him up, it's like a grenade.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he would just digistruct back in your arms, just like the
and then you keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be funny. It'd be hilarious. It'd be a great, neat gun.
That'd be the new TDR reload. Instead of reloading, you put him down and he runs with your clip inside of him shooting.
Yeah, just shooting one last
time. And then she blows up. Boop, there he is again.
That's actually not a bad idea. That might be what they're doing. Look at that. Solve the new TDR.
Good idea, Jones. Look at me.
Woo! Man, God bless.
So anybody got any other wrap-ups? Any other thoughts, feedbacks, cool moments?
I'm really depressed that Jack isn't back.
He's dead.
No, he's not.
He's dead. Randy Pitchford said he's dead. Randy Pitchford said he's dead.
Uh-huh.
He said Canon
Randy
folks.
also says a lot of other things.
Well, Randy said he's dead. He's dead. We gotta move on. As Matt said, we gotta move on. We can't have all these characters coming back.
That's right. Burn the past. I learned that from that bad Star Wars movie.
Oh my god.
Burn the past. Kill it if you have to. They did. They killed him.
They did. There we go. There's two little things that I wanted to bring up. Well, we already covered the big stuff, but one being male psychos. See that?
Oh yeah, I did see that.
They've added in the female psychos, so this is equal opportunity now.
I can't wait to murder a woman.
Psychos. Well, I used to always wonder, like, there's a lot of male psychos. Where did the females all go?
They left the planet because they were smart.
They gotta make babies. You saw midget psychos, little psychos, big psychos. Had to be. There had to be women.
You didn't see any children's psychos. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you did.
Are not
you
children.
just saw a different game. It's okay.
Oh god.
I just imagined some of us children. So whatever. Oh, that makes me a bad person. Oh no, I'm just kidding. But the second thing, the important thing that I wanted to mention was that earlier I already said it. Maya, whatever was all there, and it showed her once again with that young girl and doing the high fives, doing the whole fist bump thing. So it just kind of reaffirmed that she's going to be in here doing some craziness, helping out, but also it looks like training somebody to probably replace her or do something. I'm interested in that storyline and where it goes, because I feel like she's going to fill the spot of Lilith as like the big fire, the big siren that's out there actually tanking and doing stuff. So it's her time to shine, and I hope she gets to.
Cool. I just hope that kid doesn't save the day. No children. No children saving the day.
No children.
I want an adult or an old man to do that, or a robot, or a dog, or a dog.
Not a dog. Dogs are dumb. They can't save the world.
Just because you've owned dumb dogs.
They eat poop. They eat poop. They're not saving the world.
My dogs have never eaten poop. Just because Yeah, children eat poop too. They get it on their hands and they stick it in their eyes and get pink eye.
That's true. They do.
No kids saving the world. And that wraps it up. That's it. What you got else for Danny? What else you got, Danny? Last minute thoughts.
I want to see more of Tails. I saw Reese. I didn't see Fiona, and then they had the little teaser of Vaughn. So I can't wait to see how they incorporate all that.
When you said I want to see more Tails, I thought Miles Tails Prower, Sonic the Hedgehog's buddy. Then I went, wait a minute. Oh,
what?
Okay, I got it. I got you.
Sonic the Hedgehog? No, they'll be in there. You saw Fiona's dad. You saw Vaughn. You saw Reese. I'm sure the rest will be in there. I'm just wondering when Gordy's going to show up. And of course, I saw Loaderbot in a disguise up in that teaser, so he'll be there somewhere. It's
I
happening.
can't wait.
I'm excited.
I can't wait. It'll be so awesome.
But that's it for me too.
All right, so that pretty much wraps up the Borderlands 3 discussion. What did you guys think of the trailer? What do you want to see more of? What do you want to see less of? Less older people. But let us know what you think, what your thoughts are. Are Danny and I totally off the base? Is Eric just a crazy fool who's just a Borderlands freak? Who knows? Let us know your thoughts, your feedback, any thoughts, comments, concerns, whatever. Just contact us.
Yeah, we went
Email
long.
at info at
You guys know the
thirdShift.me.
deal.
Tweet at us at ThirdShiftME. Find us on Facebook under Third Shift. Do all the things. We love it.
Indeed, we do. We got the Patreon set up, all that. I'm not going to go through the rigmarole because we went late. But if you don't know, we've got it there. We treat it just like a tip jar. Please consider heading over there. And if you can't, support us in all the other ways that you know how to do, because we really do appreciate it. And we hope that you continue to do so we can continue to make this content.
And usually the episode wrap-ups are way better than this, but it's twitch.tv/ThirdShiftMe. It's live on the fives. There are no rules here. This is how
That's right.
we just go nuts. We go off the rails. It's great. And hey, if you're watching us here, please make sure you're following us here, and then catch our broadcasts whenever we whenever we decide to stream, because it does help us out. We really do appreciate it. And of course, this podcast drops every Friday. We'll be back in your ear holes on the 5th of April for our very next episode. You can find that episode on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Podbean, on Spotify, and on YouTube. And as I said it already, but I say it every time, so I'm just going to say it now. If you like what we're doing, you'd like to help us out, please give us a like, a rating, review, comment, a subscription, any kind of good thing on any of those good services, because it does help us out. We really do appreciate it. Danny's here. Danny, plug all your stuff, plug your social medias and your art accounts and your transcription company. Do it all.
You can follow me at Usakoi84 on Twitter, and that's all I'm giving you. So, follow me, and you'll learn more about me.
She lives at 225 West Goopadoo Street, apartment 87A.
That's accurate.
Knock 3 times, then
Yep.
pause, then knock 2 times,
Yep.
then
And
3
then moo
times
like a
again,
cow.
and she'll open the door.
Something like that. Sounds legit.
hmm
Yeah, that's it.
That wraps it up, everybody. There's nothing else to say on this live on the fives, but
Don't
forget to say.
Borderlands hard. Whoop, whoop. Get on that choo-choo train. Goddamn.